In this video, you will learn how to place reinforcement in a concrete wall. First, I will demonstrate the placement of the stirrup in the wall corners using the 2 points placement method. During the definition of bars using this method, I can select the appropriate placement plane and orientation, and I define the layout and spacing of the rebar set. In the Properties palette, I can choose the rebar diameter, and in the rebar shape library, I can find the suitable shape of the bar for my stirrups. Now, by defining a box with 2 points, I can place individual rebar instances in my concrete hosts as the rebar shape adjusts to fill the box I defined. Next, I will place the transverse reinforcement. This time, I will use the expand to host method, and similarly to before, I will define the appropriate placement plane, placement orientation, and rebar set layout. Let's add a few instances of this reinforcement to the model. After placing the bars on one of the shorter side walls along grid D, I can use the mirror option to copy the rebar to the other side, grid E, since they are of the same length. When mirroring about the center of the element and the center is unclear due to openings or splits, you can use the snap override mid between 2 points option. Let's see how the defined reinforcements look in 3D view. The rebars expanded up and down to fill the host, so the next step is to adjust the transverse reinforcement around the opening. After selecting the 4 sets, I need to click Edit Constraints, and now I can select the top plane and select the top face of the opening to set it as the constraint target and input an offset. To create the bars above the opening, I can copy the existing sets and adjust the constraints to ensure they are positioned correctly. While editing the constraints of each set, I can select the end handle and constrain it to the exterior face of the exterior wall. For each handle that is constrained to a concrete face, I can toggle the constraint between face or cover. When constrained to cover, I can input 0 mm to align the segment or end with the concrete cover line. It's important to note that when placing rebar, the start and orientation depends on the face near the cursor to which the bar is aligned. The bars that have been placed may have opposite orientations, so editing multiple constraints for the start or end could result in an error for the other bars. To place reinforcement over the door opening, I can use the 2 points method again to initially place the bars in an approximate location and then adjust their position using rebar constraints. Now I am going to copy my U-shaped bars to the side, then press the spacebar to rotate them again so that the second U-shape faces down. I am selecting both sets, next clicking one of the set ends and constraining it to the side of the opening, then repeating this for the other side. Now I will adjust the 2 sets in section and bring the segments to the inside of the wall's transverse reinforcement. I am selecting each set and dragging the segments to the inside of the concrete element. Now I will place the top and bottom spandrel bars and adjust their constraints. Now I need to change the host for the top bars to the wall using the Pick New Host option. This ensures that the bars will be propagated with the wall and not the floor. Using the Select Host option, I can validate if the rebars have been assigned to the new host properly. Now it's time to adjust the anchoring of the top and bottom spandrel bars in relation to the opening. Now, let's place the vertical bars in the wall, starting with the corner embedded columns and continuing with the bars within the walls. I will use edit constraints for multiple bars to adjust the lap length. Now I can mirror the rebar set. I can use the rotate and check the copy option to create the other bars. And finally remove the first and last bars from one of the sets to avoid double counting in schedules. A benefit of defining sets for the corner of stirrups and then removing the first and last bars is that the sets will adjust correctly when changing the size of the element or when propagating that reinforcement to other elements. Now let's add bars of the same diameter to the face of the opening. For the wall vertical bars, I can use the same perpendicular segment orientation, the same bar type, and rebar shape, placing the set in a rough position. Then I can select the rebar set I have just defined and edit its constraints to shift it to the existing transverse reinforcement. Then again, I can use the mirror option to copy the set to the other side, respecting the wall center, and repeat the process for all the wall segments. The final step is to adjust the longitudinal bars so they overlap with the bars in the wall on the next level. I can achieve this by using the Edit Constraints option. I am selecting the top handle and clicking on the top face of the floor to set the constraint target. This will be the reference point from which the handle's offset will be measured. I can repeat this for the remaining longitudinal bars, this time defining a different offset. And there you have it, the wall reinforcement is ready. Thank you for watching and happy reinforcement modeling.